What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present this amazing state tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders, it's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on a successful year, and remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
The Iowa River Landing in Coralville, home of the Extreme Arena, the host site for the IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournament in 2023, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. A little cold on the outside, so welcome inside where the competition is starting to heat up as we get set for this Class 5A quarterfinal matchup between the number 3 seed, the Waukee Northwest Wolves, and the 6 seed, the Cedar Falls Tigers. Waukee Northwest, they're the new kids on the block as far as new school. Their school the same age as this arena, but they've been here 2 years in a row. Last year they were the 6 seed, losing to the 3 seed Pleasant Valley in the quarterfinals. They're going to try to flip that this year. Cedar Falls, on the other hand, they're the 6 seed coming in after missing the tournament last year. First time they had missed the tournament since 2015. They were here from 15 to 21. Missed last year, but they are back in the Class 5A field again this year. The Cedar Falls Tigers are the 6 seed. We have a great matchup on hand for you here, and we are glad to have each and every single one of you along the way. My name is IGHSAU, and we'll bring in our second member of our team now, Molly Geis. She'll be along the way with us this afternoon as well. And Molly, what a matchup we have here in Class 5A.
Yeah, that's for sure. And like you said, Cedar Falls missed coming last year after I think they've been here 7 years straight. And so big motivation to get back. And Waukee Northwest was here last year, but I think wanting to do more. And yeah, 2 solid 5A teams.
Let's take a look at our road to state for these 2 teams. As first of all, for Waukee Northwest, 34-6 on the season. They were the champions. 24-9 on the year. They were the champions of region number 5, defeated Sioux City East to get here. And 2 girls we're going to talk about all day long in Cameron Vogt and Katie Lockyer. On the other side for the Cedar Falls Tigers, 34-6. All 6 of their losses come to state tournament teams, whether in any of the classes. They defeated Davenport West in Region 4 to get here. And, of course, Paige Pop, Grace Hannon, 2 outstanding girls that we're going to see throughout this matchup.
Yeah, and I know the before that these two have played this season. Paige Pop, the leading hitter for Cedar Falls, was at her sister's wedding, so was not there. So I think Cedar Falls is excited to see what she can do and help out there. And like you said, we're going to hear the vote name a lot. We've got coach and 3 vote girls that are on the team as well. So,
yeah, and I know one of the things that we're going to talk about throughout Waukee Northwest, they were here a year ago as the 6th seed. They're back here as the 3 seed, and that team, all they lost was their libero for the most part of consistent players on that team from last year, and then you add in the 6'1" freshman Logan Vogt into the mix, so you lose your libero, which does hurt you defensively, but then you add that 6'1" freshman, a couple other sophomores. They've reloaded for this year's tournament.
Yeah, and I know that they said that it's been tough with losing their libero, but they've had some injuries that have helped them kind of figure out how to fill that and what they need to do to fill that void. So, yeah.
We're going to take our first break here on the pregame show. We're getting set for the number 3 seeded Waukee Northwest Wolves taking on the 6 seeded Cedar Falls Tigers in this Class 5A quarterfinal matchup. The winner will get the Ankeny Centennial Jaguars, who just defeated Ankeny High last match, and what a matchup we had there in Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial. We'll take a break. We'll come back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville.
Thanks for joining us for the 2023 Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Volleyball Championship. We hope you are enjoying the competitive action on the court, and we are excited to have President Brent Johnson of the Iowa Farm Bureau here to talk to us about the relationship between Iowa Farm Bureau and the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Thanks for joining us, Brent. We want to tell the viewers about Iowa Farm Bureau and the support for the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. So, Brent, why does Iowa Farm Bureau invest in both the Iowa Girl and our state tournaments?
Yeah, we're absolutely excited to be a part of the volleyball tournament again now. It's been 18 years that we've partnered together, and it really allows us to showcase the hard work, dedication, and excellence that all these girls put into their sport and their craft. We couldn't be more proud to partner with the Girls Union and now in 18 years with the volleyball tournament and really supporting these kids, these girls that have worked so hard through the years and the decades, honing their craft and playing the sport that they absolutely love. You know, the time and dedication that these kids have put into their sport is absolutely phenomenal, and we're proud to be a part of that sponsorship and part of this collaboration. And you know, these kids, they're not only good on the courts, but they're good in the classrooms too, and they're amongst our nation's brightest and their best.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Brent, for joining us, and thank you, Farm Bureau, for your support of the Iowa Girl. Back to volleyball.
Back to Coralville, the Extreme Arena, as we get set for this Class 5A quarterfinal matchup between the 3 seed Waukee Northwest Wolves and the 6 seed, the Cedar Falls Tigers. And we kind of mentioned a moment ago, updating the bracket from earlier this morning. The tournament got underway at 12 on court number 1, 12:25 here on court number 2. And if you're joining us and wondering, hey, volleyball hasn't started yet, that's because we had an absolute thriller between number 2 Ankeny Centennial and number 7 Ankeny. It seemed like Ankeny Centennial was going to run away. They led 2-0 early, but then Ankeny fired back and were able to win sets 3 and 4, got us to a set 5. Ankeny Centennial raced out to a 7-point lead in set number 5. Ankeny made a little bit of a charge back, forced Ankeny Centennial to call a timeout, but it was the Jaguars just a little bit too much as they were able to find the victory in the first quarterfinal on this court of the day. So the winner of this matchup here in Waukee Northwest and Cedar Falls, they will get Ankeny Centennial and the Jaguars in the semifinal round. And obviously that team, Ankeny Centennial, and the winner of this game would really like to get to the Class 5A championship that will take place at 10 o'clock on Thursday. As far as the other side of the bracket, it was Dowling Catholic who picked up a 3-1 win over West Des Moines Valley in the 1 versus 8 matchup. And that brings us into talking about these two teams, because Cedar Falls, as much as people say, can Cedar Falls battle with this group of teams here in Class 5A? Well, they've already found a victory back on September 23rd over Dowling Catholic. They have wins this year over other state tournament teams. They played 13 state tournament teams this year, and I think they've proven throughout the year that they very well could play with everybody in this tournament.
Yeah, and when I talked to Coach Matt Johnson, he was talking about how they know that they're not as big and physical as a lot of the 5A teams, and so they've really embraced aggressive serving and leading into their passing and defense to win games. And that really, we talked about it in the last game that that I announced, was serving and passing, how important that can be at the state tournament. And so you can create where the other team doesn't get into their offense when you serve that aggressively. So they also know they need to be low error in their hitting. So if they're not going to get a bunch of kills, which they're going to get kills, but maybe not as many as the other teams. They just can't make many errors.
And of course, Cedar Falls has all the experience. They're making their 24th trip here to the state tournament. Again, we're not in the field last year in the inaugural tournament in this building. And then Waukee Northwest, they're back for a second straight year. The school's only been open for 3 years. 2 years, they're trying to get to the semifinals for the first time in school history. Yeah,
and they've been a top team all year long and solid from the start. Like, I saw them at the Creighton scrimmage or team camp this summer, and they were one of the top teams there. They've all played together. They have fun together. You see they play with excitement and joy and playing next to each other. So they're a fun team that I think can make a run for this.
Was asked to nominate a spectator who represents their school and community in a sportsmanlike manner. Peyton Leibolt from the Student Advisory Committee of the IGHSAU will present each nominee with a certificate of recognition and a $250 check payable to their school scholarship fund. Please join us in honoring these individuals whose decorum and respect for others serves as a model for all spectators attending interscholastic events. From Cedar Falls, Keith Sandvold. And from Waukee Northwest, James Kurt. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union promotes good sportsmanship by participants, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants, officials, and spectators in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or abusive comments or intimidating actions directed at officials, participants, coaches, team representatives, or event personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal. We thank you for your cooperation and invite you to enjoy the game. Fans, it's now time to introduce the players in today's quarterfinal matchup. First, for the Cedar Falls Tigers, non-starters and assistant coaches. Number 1, Carly Strelo. Number 4, Bryn Bacula. Number 5, Jada Stroman. Number 8, Brooklyn Scharf. Number 11, Kennedy Kreklow. Number 12, Lauren Pop. Number 15, Lauren Ferguson. Number 16, Natalie Schmadicke. Your assistant coaches, Adam Timmons, Bailey Fisher, Abby Fife, and Sydney Peterson. Now let's meet the starters for the Tigers. A senior, number 3, Paige Pop. A senior, number 7, Lauren Sandvold. A senior, number 9, Lauren Waskow. A junior, number 10, Grace Hannum. A junior, number 17, Kaya Bradfield. And a sophomore, number 18, Emily Beneke. The libero for the Tigers this afternoon, a sophomore, number 2, Aniston Wedgbury. Head coach for Cedar Falls is Matthew Johnson. Now let's meet the Wolves, starting with the non-starters and assistant coaches. Number 1, Abby Keene. Number 5, Leah Janulevich. Number 7, Sadie Moss. Number 10, Avery Vogt. Number 11, Vanna Billich. Number 15, Kate Hoover. And number 20, Kaylee Cords. The assistant coaches, Teresa Van Epps, Lauren Kluver, and Kate Nelson. Now let's meet the starters for the Tigers. Sorry, the Wolves, Waukee Northwest Wolves. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. A senior, number 6, Cameron Vogt. A senior, number 8, Chloe Jones. A freshman, number 9, Logan Vogt. A senior, number 12, Katie Lockyer. A senior, number 14, Katrina Pelds. And a senior, number 21, Chloe Hayes. The libero this afternoon for Waukee Northwest, a sophomore, number 17, Anna Pelds. Your head coach for the Wolves, Jody Vogt. Ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention to the area in front of the scorer's table for the introductions of our officials for this afternoon's match. Your first referee, Gene Denny. Your second referee, Kurt Larkin. And your line judges, Jennifer Lewis and Brian Rodemeyer. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for state tournament volleyball.
Welcome back. The Iowa Farm Bureau is the sole title sponsor of the IGHSAU and presenting sponsor of the state volleyball tournament. The full name of the event is the Iowa Girls State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. And as you see on your screen there are a couple of Farm Bureau agencies. Thank you so much to the Iowa Farm Bureau for supporting the IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. Well, Molly, as we get set for this matchup, what are you looking forward to most between these two teams?
Well, I guess what I always look at is, what is, has happened throughout the season. And when I look at Waukee Northwest, they have several hitters that they distribute the ball to. And so they're very well balanced. I know sometimes what Jody has done with their hitters is maybe they play outside one rotation and right side a different rotation. She really moves her players around. So excited to see what they have decided to stick with here. And then for Cedar Falls, Paige Pop, she's got 375 kills on the year with 940 attempts. So she gets about she gets the ball a little bit more than everybody else, and to see what she does, and then who their next ones to step up are, because again they're pretty well balanced as well.
Lockyer will serve to start things off, and we are underway in this Class 5A quarterfinal as Cedar Falls and Waukee Northwest. Great job there by Waukee Northwest. Sometimes in volleyball, it doesn't take that hammer hit, just that finesse shot, and you find one right there for Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, that was Chloe Jones, and I believe she had been hurt at the beginning of the year and played libero, which helped their team figure out, get some other people in there to play, and now she's playing an outside hitter here.
One thing about this Waukee Northwest team is they find another one there on the outside. That's Cameron Vogt, the senior at 6 foot.
Well, that one was Logan. There's a lot of them, so I do know Logan. She played with my daughter this last year, so.
Yeah, number 9, Logan Vogt, the freshman, 6'1". We talked about her in the open. And what I was going to say is, as far as Waukee Northwest, I saw a dig attempt there, is one of those scrappy teams. They don't let a lot of balls go. They do fight for about every point you see.
They really do. And like I said, they just have so much fun playing together, and they work together as a team.
Wedgbury serves for Cedar Falls as they fire back with a couple of points, and we are knotted at 2. Cedar Falls and Waukee Northwest in this 5A quarterfinal. Wedgbury, the libero, 5'5", 45 aces this year for Cedar Falls. Has had some pretty good accuracy. Overpass will go out. As Waukee Northwest fires back, and we talked about in the open, we really feel like this is going to be a good matchup here, even though it is a 3 versus a 6, and that's what we've seen so far. No long runs for each one of these teams. That one unable to be handled for Cedar Falls off of the serve of Chloe Jones.
And I feel like, just based on what I know from both teams, I think they're both very well disciplined teams. They just play solid volleyball, so it's going to be back and forth, I think, all day today.
The attack from Pop, not quite over the net there, and it will fall back. Be a 3-point lead now for Waukee Northwest. They take their largest lead off the serves of Jones, the 5'11 senior. Will send that one over. Oh, collision, as that one was just kind of a flop over the net.
Yeah, really tough short serve. That's hard to do and not serve it in the net. It really takes teams out of system, and hard for them to use their middles, and she does it again.
Trying to find another ace serve. Cedar Falls is able to return. Just has to free ball, though, and that leads Waukee Northwest to be able to set it up and bring it down with Cameron Vogt. Cedar Falls will take a timeout, a 5-point lead for Waukee Northwest off the break. And that'll take us to talking about our friends at Central College. Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career building programs, and with tuition less than $20,000 and tons of scholarships, it is the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Central.edu.
And Cameron Vogt has had a couple big kills, and we'll talk about her a little bit to differentiate between the Vogt girls, but she's gotten some kills off of that slide, and she is going to go play volleyball at UNI, and just recently made that decision, but a basketball player, track athlete, just an all-around athlete at Waukee Northwest.
That one just going to miss off the attack by Pop. And we see that on some of these teams here, even in the 5A class, the multi-sport athletes that have done a great job. I know basketball and volleyball has a lot of big carryover.
I've seen a lot of, when talking to the coaches, I've seen a lot of track crossover too. But fun to see that there's so many multi-sport athletes at the 5A level.
Pop with a big one there. Yeah, and you know from coaching the game, speed is a big thing when it comes to volleyball, and you see that at the track and the volleyball crossover.
Yeah, and you see a lot of like jumpers, long jump, high jump, sprinters, you name it.
Overpass will be received here by Cedar Falls. They'll send it over. Pancake. A free ball to Cedar Falls. See if they can set it up now. Beneke to Pop, and Pop finds a lane off the set by Beneke, the 5'6" sophomore setter. And Beneke will continue to serve. She's done a great job since coming into set here for Cedar Falls. And she'll jump serve this one over. And Cedar Falls, just like that, Oh, Cedar Falls thought the point went their way. It did not come down on the Waukee Northwest side. It came over back on Cedar Falls. Cedar Falls was celebrating. I think they thought that point was going to be theirs. Instead, it's a Waukee Northwest point, so that changes the dynamic. Instead of being 8-5, it's 9-4. And Cedar Falls will be looking for a side out. Beneke will set. This time it will go to Cedar Falls as Schmadeke will find that one off the right side. Schmadeke comes off the bench, has done a great job this year for Cedar Falls. The 6-foot junior has 183 kills coming into the tournament. Now Waukee Northwest trying to get a side out. Cedar Falls will set it up in the middle, and that is just unstoppable there for Grace Hannum right in the middle. Definitely one of the girls for Cedar Falls that Waukee Northwest doesn't want to battle with at the front of the net very often.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, coming into this game, 182 kills on the season.
A serve for Cedar Falls. Stroman finds one there, her 16th of the season. And she'll continue to serve. Where's number 5 for Cedar Falls? She backs up quite far and jump serves it over. Awkwardly by Waukee Northwest. Tough serve to receive, they did. Now they'll have a chance in the middle. And that's laid down well there by Waukee Northwest. Hayes finds the kill for the Wolves. Avery Vogt will serve the vote we haven't talked about yet. Avery will send that one over for Waukee Northwest. Did that find the back? It did. Beautifully placed by Strelo. Carly Strelo, the senior, 150th kill of the season for her. And just like that, Cedar Falls back to within 2. And they will serve with Krecklow. Waukee Northwest, Hoover finds the kill. That's the one thing about Waukee Northwest is they have so many different, you don't know who it's going to.
Right. And yeah, they are just so well balanced. And then like I said, they don't always play the same position in each rotation. Like they might play outside once and then right side another one. You just never know because she likes to move them around and see who can be talented at different positions. It makes it hard to say, well, this is what they always do because they're at a different spot now.
Waukee Northwest played the overpass in the net, so point will go to Cedar Falls. And they'll set it up for Jones, who will strike and find the back. Jones with a perfectly placed shot there. It couldn't have been about any further long, otherwise it would have been out. And that'll be an ace serve for Waukee Northwest. Hayes, her 26th ace serve of the year.
And you had mentioned, the different votes and where they play, and Avery was the one that set that good ball. She comes in and sets from the back row. Cameron only plays front row and plays middle, and then Logan plays front row and plays right side and sometimes outside.
And they're going to call 2 contacts there on Cedar Falls on the set, so it'll go Waukee Northwest, 14-9. Hayes will serve, try to find the line there, and just missed that one out. That'll sign out for the Tigers as Sandvold will come back in to serve. Has 30 aces this year. Then she backs up and will give it a wallop across the net. Avery Vogt sets. A good strike there by Waukee Northwest. Page pop right along that pin there. She was able to keep it inside and find the middle of the court. Cedar Falls back to within 3 again. Sandvold will continue to serve. Vote will set. There's another strike for Waukee Northwest as Cameron votes. Point will go to Waukee Northwest. Lockyer will sub in. Our substitutions today brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT and IMTINS.com. Pop. Block. What a nice block there from Waukee Northwest.
That's the wall of votes. Cameron and Logan.
That'll keep Lockyer serving, the senior. Mentioned this Waukee Northwest team. Majority of them come back from last year's quarterfinal team that fell to Pleasant Valley. Lockyer set. Great attack. Pelds finds one. Another different name that we're talking about with a kill there for Waukee Northwest. And just like that, Waukee Northwest leads 17-11. Fans, as you see the QR code on your screen, great grouping of merchandise available here from the IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournaments. Of course, all you have to do is scan that QR code on your screen. And you'll be right in that great merchandise. Look at those shirts. Definitely something you can wear around and support the IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournament.
And Waukee Northwest, they're holding true to what they like to do. They like to spread the ball around, and they've got several players that have gotten, 2-3 attacks. Cedar Falls going a lot to Pop. She's got 8, now that was at 9 attempts. And, not as much spreading it around. So looking to her to really be the leader.
7-point lead now for Waukee Northwest over Cedar Falls. Beneke will set. Pop trying to just finesse that one over. Can Cedar Falls keep it alive? No. Great effort there. Last effort by Sandvald, but unable to catch up to it. Pop was just trying to lay that one around the block and unable to do so. Allows the Wolves to lead by their largest margin of 8. Pop will attack this time. It is blocked and taken by Waukee Northwest, and going to find a kill out of Logan Vogt, the 6'1 freshman. Nearing 130 kills for her this year. Beneke just trying to dump that one over. It's blocked by Northwest. Now Pop comes back, and she's blocked. Logan Vogt and Lockyer with the tandem block there for Waukee Northwest, and they lead by 10. Lockyer will continue to serve. She backs up all the way to the carpet. We'll give her the running serve over. Beneke sets, and Pop unable to get that one over the net. Oh, it's a double before. So either way, it was going to be a violation against Cedar Falls. Making now 22-11, double up Northwest as they are here on Cedar Falls. Back set, just laid over there by Bradfield. Oh, another opportunity with Pop as she will just lay that one over in the middle. Cameron Vogt finds the back of the court.
She's really shown us what a great player she is. She's, been a part of several big blocks. I'm guessing leads them in kills. She's a great player.
And finds a big block there. Pelds actually has the kills lead this year, but Vogt second on the team. Pelds had 222 kills coming into the state volleyball tournament. Hayes at 178 and Vogt 57 for Waukee Northwest. And pop, she finds the momentum there for Cedar Falls as they find a side out that they desperately needed.
Yeah, they needed out of that rotation bad. Makes it tough when your setter's front row and you don't get a pass that you can use your other hitter, so everyone knows it's going to that outside hitter, and it's hard not to get blocked.
And that will be the end of the set number one as Waukee Northwest finds the kill. 25-12, the final here in set one. That set started off back and forth between the two teams, but it was Waukee Northwest who picked up the victory. We'll come back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. You're watching the IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Back to Coralville, the Extreme Arena on the 2023 IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. You're watching the IGHSAU State Tournament on the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Thanks so much for being along with us for this Class 5A quarterfinal between the 3-seed Waukee Northwest Wolves and the number 6 seed Cedar Falls Tigers. Sarah Negestal, Molly Geis with you, and you've been kind of poring over those stats in the first set. What went well for Waukee Northwest?
Well, a lot went well for Waukee Northwest. They had 13 kills to Cedar Falls 8. They only had 2 hitting errors where Cedar Falls had 7. So that puts them, they're hitting .524, which is, if they can keep that up, there's no chance for anybody else. But that's a pretty solid hitting efficiency for a first set. They had 3 serve aces to Cedar Falls 1, and they had 3 solo blocks in that set. So they were very well balanced in what they got done. But Coach Matt Johnson for Cedar Falls, he's been here before. He's got assistants that have been here. He knows how to lead them. So I expect that they come out of this set in this, this break, and they turn things around and make it a more competitive match.
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going to go next. Coach Matt Johnson has over 666 career wins to his name. So if you need somebody to get your team right back on track, he's the guy to do so. And what are some things you think they got to do in the second set?
Well, I got to tell you a fun fact about Coach Johnson, because he has 2 brothers also that coach in the state, St. Edmunds and St. Ansgar. So his other brother is going to be here at state, and he was telling me that he's going to be back and forth, as well as Sydney Peterson. Her sisters are going to be playing at state for Dyke New Hartford, and so she'll be back and forth. And so, they just have they've given back to the game of volleyball, and so I'm sure they've got a lot of speeches to give after a set like that.
Baneke will start serving for Cedar Falls to start off this set. Overpass, and it's sent long, so just like that, a great dig by Wedgeberry, the libero. Went over, but it forced North Waukee Northwest to send that one a bit long. Yeah, you talk about Coach Johnson, and I know he was watching the regional final when his brother Tyler St. Ansgar Saints, as Waukee Northwest sends that one down. When they qualified, they were in Charles City for that qualifier. He was watching it on the stream, and they went pretty crazy. You could tell that they were pretty excited.
Yeah, it's so neat that their family is so into the sport of volleyball and willing to give back. And I have known them throughout my coaching time too, and they're very willing to help other coaches as well.
Schmadicke with a big smash there for Cedar Falls as they lead 2-1. And Pop will serve for Cedar Falls. Block at the net. Hannum is there. Kept alive by Wedgeberry. She just had a free ball it over. Can Cedar Falls set something up? A bump set by the libero Wedgeberry. Gets blocked and pushed back over by Strelo. From the back row, it's in. What an attack there from a long ways for Jones, and she found it just right in the back row. Cameron Vogt will go back to serve now for Waukee Northwest. Pop plays it. It will set to Strelo. Here comes Cedar Falls again. Just have to free ball this one back over to allow Waukee Northwest to set up what they want. And they get what they need there as Hayes, the senior, about 180 kills this year. She finds one for Waukee Northwest.
It makes it really tough on Cedar Falls. You don't know who Waukee Northwest is going to shade one way or the other. And so a lot of times those hitters are facing a single block or somebody that's moving, and so that's what helps when you're a balanced offense.
Waukee Northwest will play it. That's just such a good hit from a freshman there for Logan Vogt.
Logan's having quite the day. I think when I looked before, she was hitting 750, and it's probably better than that now, which is very effective.
And with so much club volleyball, and these girls have been playing volleyball for so long, she's been in these big games, big environments before, and stepping up in her first state tournament.
She is stepping up big. There's nothing like playing for your high school, though. Like, you know, they do get a lot of experience in these club and it's tournaments, and it's, you know, important and stuff, but it's also really fun to play with those people that you've grown up with.
Logan Vogt again. Just winds up, and she finds sometimes, you know, and you've probably seen this, you know, the freshmen that are playing for the first time, maybe in the season, maybe in the state tournament, sometimes they, you know, they get a little trigger happy and they send them long, or, you know, they send them out. Avery's sending them right where she needs to.
Yeah, Logan, she is sending them where she wants to and finding holes. And, you know, she played, like I said, with my daughter, and she played outside hitter, and she's playing right side here and doing a great job. That's what you find, a lot of kids willing to do what it takes for the team, and that's what apparently Waukee Northwest needed somebody, and she's a big block. She's 6'1", yeah, and on the right side. But fun to see how kids will play something and then switch to another position to do what's best for the team.
Cedar Falls. Waukee Northwest comes right back. Pelds finds one. And Pelds came in as the leading killer this year, 222, hitting 222 with 222 kills wise as well.
Yeah, looks like a typo, but that's what it really is.
Yeah. I know, that one's sent in. Oh, wow. Right down the line there for Cedar Falls as Strelo just right down the net and in.
Yep, they followed it. Pretty confident it was out, but it was not.
We'll see the serve from Sandvold. She will serve for Cedar Falls and allow Waukee Northwest to set up. Great take here by Cedar Falls. Can they keep it alive? Pop into the scorer's table. They do. Here comes Waukee Northwest now. And the hammer right down the middle. Chloe Hayes.
But credit Cedar Falls, that's what they need to do. They need to hustle after a ball like that and eventually get that point, and then it gets your team going.
You thought that was going to be a big momentum for Cedar Falls, and comes right back to Hayes, who will now serve for Waukee Northwest. Avery Vogt will set. Good take by the libero Wedgbury. Pop goes over. Here comes Northwest again, taken by Sandvold in the back row, and just pushed over. Laid perfectly, pinpoint accuracy right between two defenders as diving for it, Sandvold and Stroman, but neither of them are able to get to it.
Yeah, smart play. She saw that open spot and just decided going for it now.
That'll allow Hayes to continue to serve, the 5'11 senior. Set up to Pop, she's blocked. And Cedar Falls unable to play it. They're really getting that block on Pop. We've seen a lot of Pop. And now Cedar Falls will need to take a timeout. It is 10-5 lead in favor of Waukee Northwest. We'll come right back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Coralville, the Extreme Arena, the host of the IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournament 2023, presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Our digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Waukee Northwest, the 3 seed, looking for their first trip to the state semifinals. They fell to Pleasant Valley, who is taking on Johnston in our next door court on court number 1. Johnston picked up the win in that first set. Waukee Northwest will come right out of a timeout and find a point. And kind of big for both teams. One of those things as a coach is out of a timeout, you want your team to find a point, and Waukee Northwest does that.
Yeah, most of the time it's pretty tough to score after a timeout if you were the one that was, ahead. If you call the timeout, a lot of times you're going to get that next point.
Oh, kept alive beautifully there by Hayes. Pushed over by Beneke for Cedar Falls. Beneke will set, far set to Pop, and that was just batted back over. Waukee Northwest, instead of taking that one and playing that one, just decided to bat it back over. And it lands in. Hayes will continue to serve. Everything going right for Waukee Northwest so far in this one. Pop finds a great kill. That's the side out that Cedar Falls needed, trying to get back in. We got a couple of IMT substitutions. All of our substitutions today brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com.
Yeah, right now Waukee Northwest has kind of everything going for them. They're leading in hitting efficiency. They're hitting 488, which is insane, and Cedar Falls is 83. Waukee Northwest has 3 more service errors, or aces. They have 3 more blocks. They're just kind of doing everything right now, but their hitting is what's super impressive.
Just on cue as Cameron Vogt able to smash that one down. Finds the kill there. A couple of more IMT substitutions. Vogt has done a great job.
Yeah, I think that's her 7th kill already out of 11 attempts.
She'll go play basketball at Northwest Missouri State. Great basketball player for Waukee Northwest as well. The slide. And Cedar Falls finds the kill. Hannum comes out the back door. Beneke will serve. was sent just a bit long. (13-9) Northwest leads. Beneke will continue to serve. Good block at the net. Hannum there for Cedar Falls. Wedgbury plays it. They get it back to Pop. Defensive play by Anna Pelds and turns into a point for Cedar Falls. Just like that, they're back to within 3. Had great defensive play by both teams' liberos. As Anna Pelds, the sophomore libero for Northwest. Beneke's a sophomore, or excuse me, Wedgbury, the sophomore libero for Cedar Falls. And Cedar Falls finds back-to-back. Back to within 1, 13-12. Seen a lot of sophomore liberos playing well for both of these two schools.
Cedar Falls is fighting their way back in here.
Back to within 1, 13-12. Beneke will continue to serve for Cedar Falls. Sophomore setter, she'll set from the 10-foot line. And then get it back to Logan Vogt. And she finds the big hammer from the right side.
She's got such a long arms, and she's tall to start with, but she is hitting right over that block.
This will be Jones who will serve for Northwest. And that one was sent long. And the point will go to Cedar Falls. So Cedar Falls, Northwest finds 1. Cedar Falls battles back and stays to within 1. Not a have-to-have serve for Cedar Falls, but you'd like to not fall behind by 2. That one will get down for Northwest as Pelds will find the kill. Tough to come back when you're down 0-2. Not saying they can't, but they'd like to have this 1-1 instead.
Right. Puts a lot less pressure on you. But the last Ankeny versus Ankeny Centennial, that started down. Ankeny Centennial won the first 2 and ended up going 5 to get that win. Makes it a lot more stressful on everybody.
Pelds with another good strike there. Goes off the block of Cedar Falls. That'll send Cameron Vogt back to serve. Play at Northern Iowa. And it'll be a double against Cedar Falls. It lined up for a big hit there for Northwest, but didn't happen as the double came first.
Yeah, the pass was just a little tight, and she didn't have much of a choice there.
Northwest will take. Jones, miscommunication there. Wedgbury and Beneke. They're still able to get it over. It turns into a point. Little miscommunication, but still point for Cedar Falls, and a big one. Keep them within 3. Wedgbury, the sophomore, will send this one over. Vogt a little bit long on that one. We're talking earlier, now that Wedgbury's back serving, a couple of sophomore liberos on this team. At Ankeny Centennial's liberos a sophomore as well. We've seen a lot of really good sophomore liberos in this tournament.
Really impressive, but also just kind of speaks to how the game
Be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable.
And now Northwest wants a timeout. Probably a good one there for Waukee Northwest by Jody Vogt. One of those situations where you know your team's maybe a little upset.
Right.
Timeout.
You get upset because you hustled for that, and like I'm sure they made the right call, but
Yeah.
it feels like, oh my gosh, so we almost had a shot, and it's so close, and so just regroup and breathe deeply, and try to go win this set. But like we talked earlier, Cedar Falls is well coached as well, and so they want to get this set to make it tied up instead of be down 0-2.
22-20, and we will see the serve here for Cedar Falls. Overpass. Here comes Waukee Northwest. Blocked and taken by Cedar Falls. Beneke will set. Pop with a swing. Blocked by Northwest. Pop this time will just send it over. Jones. And that one's in. Peltz finds the kill for Waukee Northwest. Set by Avery Vogt, the sophomore. And into serve is Lockyer. And she'll give this one a run and a swing. Pop. Waukee Northwest. Great pancake.
Yeah, they never say die over there. They fight for every point. And Pop is doing a good job for Cedar Falls. She's getting a lot of swings. She's got 31 attempts, and the next person's got 9. And, they've got a good block up against her, and kudos to her to just keep, sometimes she's swinging and hoping that they dig it up on cover.
It's set by Vogt. Cedar Falls. Beneke, that's their setter. Over by Pop. And that one's sent long. No touch, and the point will go to Cedar Falls on the attack by Chloe Jones. And just like that, it's set point for Cedar Falls, 24-21. Beneke will serve. Vogt will set. Here comes Logan Vogt. And it was blocked and out. Blocked by Cedar Falls. That one went out. It's 24-22. And as you mentioned, Waukee Northwest doesn't give up on points and not going to give up on trying to win this second set either. But it won't happen as Cedar Falls wins the set as Schmadeke sends that one over and finds the point. Set win for Cedar Falls, 25-22. And just like that, we talked about it. Cedar Falls didn't want to fall in an 0-2 hole, and they don't. We're tied 1-1.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
Back to Coralville, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And set number 2 over on court number 1 also goes the way of the team that lost in set number 1. So both courts in these Class 5A quarterfinals are 1-1 as Pleasant Valley takes the second set over Johnston on another court. And coming back here, as we talked about it going out of break, Cedar Falls, they make it 1-1 instead of falling behind 0-2.
Yeah, Cedar Falls flipped the script. You know, they had made a lot of hitting errors in that first set and were not hitting effectively. And then they flipped it to where now they're hitting more effectively in that second set than Waukee Northwest. And Waukee Northwest had some errors, which sometimes that's, you know, it's the passing, you know, that can affect if it's a hitting error, you know, or getting a good setup for that. So you're going to see that at the state tournament, and I think that that's one thing that's valuable as young players to learn is, like, losing one set, you don't give up. Like, you have a shot here, and now they're tied at 1. It's a whole new ball game.
Just like that. Now this third set becomes crucial. As you talked about the pressure earlier of falling behind 0-2, now if you fall in this third set, now you've got the pressure of winning 4 and 5 to advance. So it's anybody's ball game once again here in Coralville. Waukee Northwest will serve first. Cedar Falls in the red. Waukee Northwest in the black. Second year of his school. Third year of his school. Second year down here at the state volleyball tournament. Hannum had to go with the left hand there. She just sends that one over. Waukee Northwest. There is a touch, so Cedar Falls has to play it. They do with Pop, and she sends it a bit long. Well played in the back there by Cedar Falls, but Pop just sends that one a bit long.
Yeah, they did a great job trying to keep that ball alive and trying to get a swing out of it, which they did. Just went long. It's a awkward ball to hit from behind.
Waukee Northwest. They serve. Pop sends it back. Pelds. They will send it over. Anna Pelds, the libero. Hannum. Logan Vogt. Waukee Northwest wanted a violation. They don't get one. Here comes Cedar Falls. Pop unable to get that one over. Was that a lift Waukee Northwest was looking for?
Yeah, I would agree that it seemed like it, but, you know, they don't want to call too much and let the kids play, and it ended up the same. So I always think that the ball doesn't lie or karma or something.
Great job there by Pop as she finds a kill for the Tigers. IMT substitution. Our substitutions brought to you by IMT. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Waukee Northwest leads 2-1 here in set number 3. We are tied 1 set apiece. That's going to be 4 against Waukee Northwest.
Officials saying there was no block touch there.
That will send Cedar Falls back to serve once again. It's Beneke. Oh, what a great serve by Beneke, and it's an ace serve. That one beautifully placed right where she wanted it. The sophomore setter, Beneke. 10th ace of the season for her. And she's back into serve again. Another great serve. Northwest is able to return.
Good hustle play.
Pop is blocked by the Votes. Cameron Vogt over there as well.
And Logan, yep. And Pop's had, I think, 33 attempts, which leads all hitters in this, you know, on both teams, because then the next most is 15 that Logan Vogt has for Waukee Northwest for her entire team. So Pop's getting the ball a lot.
Oh, there's a block the other way for Cedar Falls. Hannum and Schmadeke find that one. They team up for a big block. We talked about it earlier. You're going to play right in the middle of the net when Hannum is there. It's not a good strategy. Good dig by Pop. Northwest does play it. Logan Vogt sends it over. Here comes Cedar Falls. That was Schmadeke that gave a good opportunity at it. Came right back to Cedar Falls. The slide for Northwest. Cameron Vogt not able to get that one to go.
It's been an effective hit. She just kind of hit it a little too low to the net, and I'm sure they'll keep at that.
There's Logan with a hammer again. Cedar Falls, every effort to keep that one alive, unable to. That's maximum effort there by Cedar Falls.
Yeah. I think they pride themselves on that. They're, like we talked about, they know they're not the most powerful team, but they're going to win on serve and defense and just fighting back, and that's what we've seen today.
Over by Cedar Falls. And down by Hayes. That was one thing I noticed in the regional final for Cedar Falls against Waterloo West, watching that regional final. There were a couple of balls that I think Coach Johnson, when they panned the camera over to him, he was kind of like, how did that land on the court? So that's probably something they've been really stressing on. You've seen that today. They haven't it's been at max effort at every ball.
Yes.
Hayes sends that one down.
Waukee Northwest getting the passes that they want right now so that they can utilize all three of their hitters. Since they run a 6-2, they've always got three hitters in the front row. Cedar Falls runs a 5-1, which, I've kind of been an advocate of a 5-1 in every year past, but it's starting to get a lot of teams run a 6-2, so you have three hitters at all times.
Hannum is blocked. Point for Waukee Northwest. And when you say that, to the 6-2, so you got two setters for Waukee Northwest, one setter on the side of Cedar Falls.
Correct, yep. And so when Cedar Falls' setter is front row, she, can be an attacker. But then otherwise it's just you have the two. Makes it a little bit easier for blockers to know, like, if she doesn't attack it, then it's going to go, depends on if those hitters are split and one is in front of the setter, one's behind. It just makes it a little bit easier for blockers. But sometimes you have a super powerful hitter, so it doesn't even matter, which they have Pop, and she is up there with the setter and a great attacker.
Schmadeke, the center for Cedar Falls. Up alive by Cedar Falls, but just a little bit too far there. Schmadeke unable to get that one within the field of play. One thing I've seen about Northwest, too, is energy. Yes. On the court and on the bench. Their bench has been one of the more active ones we've seen so far. The whole team just have a ton of energy.
Totally. That's what I saw, even when they were playing in a team camp this summer. Like, they just have so much energy, and they've played a lot of games together. They play, in the off season together. They play, different sports together. They just really play for each other, and they're not selfish, and they celebrate each other's victories.
We'll take a break. It's a 5-point lead for Waukee Northwest in set number 3, tied one set apiece. This is the IGHSAU Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. It's the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau, our digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. One set apiece for Waukee Northwest and Cedar Falls. Waukee Northwest with a 5-point lead, though we've seen Cedar Falls down a number of points as they'll go down another one here as Logan Bowden Chloe Hayes find the block there. One thing, Cedar Falls has just battled back every time they've gotten to a hole.
Yeah, they really have. But tough with Logan. She's doing such a great job hitting and blocking out there on the right side. Pretty impressive for a freshman to step up this big.
Beneke had to go back a little bit and set this one over for Ferguson. Out there, Ferguson will play it again here for Cedar Falls. And that one sent long by Strelo. And the point will go to the Wolves. It's 12-5. First set was 25-12 in favor of Northwest, 25-22 in favor of Cedar Falls in set 2. Pop plays that one. Hannum over. Beneke, battle, Hannum wins it at the net, and the point goes to Cedar Falls. Hannum just wins the battle at the net, and Waukee Northwest can't play it. That'll send Wedgbury back to serve the sophomore libero. Close to 50 service for her this season. Vote is blocked, and it comes back down. Point for Cedar Falls. And just like that, Cedar Falls finds a couple of points. Back to within 5. Jones and Logan Vogt unable to get that one to go over. 3 straight now for Cedar Falls, and the Tigers battle back. Wedgbury will continue to serve. Over 400 digs this year as the libero for the Tigers. Oh, man. What a smack there by Hayes as she got all of that one.
That was a great pass, and Hayes is just kind of standing there with she just takes a little 2-step approach, and with a pass like that, you're going to get a kill out of that one.
Hayes has 6 kills so far in this one, staying about on her average as Waukee Northwest finds another point. Hayes about 2 kills per set this year. She's got 6 so far in the middle portions of set number 3.
And I believe Jody had told me that she was one that was hurt early on. She started the season as a libero and had an ankle injury, and then now she's doing some hitting too. So.
And she finds a block there for Waukee Northwest. Another point for the Wolves. Service error, and the point will go to Cedar Falls. And you see some of that crossover. Some people feel, when you're watching volleyball, you're like, oh, a defensive player, but you really have some defensive players that can swing.
Yeah.
Seen that with a couple other teams that we'll see throughout this week as well. Hayes, 2 plays, finds the points. Hayes with another one there for Waukee Northwest, 16-9 Wolves.
I think there's 2 Chloes, and I think I may have misheard you before, but it's Chloe Jones that was the libero to start the season, not Chloe Hayes.
Yeah, two Chloes.
Make sure, lots of votes.
yeah, lots of votes, lots of Chloes. Chloe Hayes spelled with 2 E's, Chloee. Chloe Jones, 1 E. As that one will be a Cedar Falls point.
And again, that's Cedar Falls, he told me that they focus a lot on their serve, and so they're going to try to get back in this game by serving tough.
Have served well this year. Down by 5. Cedar Falls finds another one. Double is whistled against Waukee Northwest. A couple of, to add on to that notion as well, a couple of Pelds as well.
Yeah.
2 Pelds, 3 votes, 2 Chloes.
That's why they're all so close. They're all family. No, they've all played a lot of ball together too.
There's Chloe Jones, sends that one over, but a great job by Sandvold, keeps it alive. Pushed over by Pop, but The point will go to Waukee Northwest, 17-12. You mentioned Jody Vogt, obviously has been here at Waukee Northwest for 3 seasons, 2 state tournaments, has coaching in the family as well.
Correct, yeah. Both are brothers.
Yep.
One coaches for Drake and the other for
Clear Lake.
Clear Lake.
Yep. Here comes Waukee Northwest. Chloe Jones sends that one over. Kept alive by Beneke, but it goes out. Great effort there by Beneke, and she gave everything after that one.
I'd love to see that.
Jody, a Appleton Parkersburg alum, and then as you mentioned, 2 brothers coaching football at Clear Lake, men's basketball at Drake. She's coaching volleyball here at Waukee Northwest, so they get the sport trifecta there.
And she's such an advocate for people playing multi-sports, and you see it with her own kids. She's taking them to volleyball, basketball, track. Like, they are doing like several sports all at once, and they want that for their other athletes too.
We'll take a break. 19-12, Waukee Northwest leads the Cedar Falls Tigers here in set number 3. This is the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be right back.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back to Coralville, the Extreme Arena, this beautiful venue. It has been so fun watching these first 4 matches between the 2 courts. 2 matches on court 2, 2 matches on court number 1. Full day of volleyball ahead tomorrow. 3A, 2A, and 1A quarterfinals. Cedar Falls Pop will just kind of pop that one over. Overpass, Waukee Northwest will play it, won't dunk. Now Cedar Falls will get an opportunity with Pop, and she's blocked. Just when you think the momentum is swinging from one side to the other on each point, it seems like Cedar Falls has got the momentum on a point, but huge block there by Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, Cedar Falls has given 100% effort for sure. It's just, Waukee Northwest does a great job on their blocking. And right now, the big swing is the hitting errors that have been happening. It determines who's winning each set. And so Cedar Falls, too many hitting errors this set, and they've got to turn that around if they want to, finish strong or fight for this one or get the next set.
That ball got into Radio Row. Watch out down there. Cedar Falls will keep this one alive, and it is sent long.
She had the right idea. She saw that corner open, but just didn't quite get it in.
Bradfield there for Cedar Falls, the junior, 5'11", playing in her 102nd set this year. Beneke will set this one up, and Bradfield comes right back and finds a big kill for Cedar Falls.
Yeah, that was the spot she was aiming for the swing before, and she knew it was open.
22-13 in favor of Waukee Northwest. It's going to take a big comeback here from Cedar Falls, but they've kind of had that never let go. Oh, man. Momentum as Chloe Jones just sends that one in there. Chloe Jones, Oklahoma Christian bound. Finds a great one there.
And that was her 7th kill. Waukee Northwest, like I said, is such a balanced offense. They've got Logan Vogt with 8 kills, Cameron Vogt with 7, Chloe Jones with 7, Katrina Pelds with 7, Chloe Hayes with 6. So balanced.
And that's what we talked about coming into the game, is we saw that on the stats. They've been balanced all year in there. That service just sent a bit long by Beneke, but that's probably, as a coach, what you want to see. You don't want things to change in the state tournament. Nothing should be different.
Right. you got to go with what you're good at, and that's what they're good at.
Waukee Northwest has set point here in set number 3, 24-14. Received by Cedar Falls. Pop sends that one over. On the back row, Jones taken by Cedar Falls. Pop lays it over. It's set by Vogt. Logan Vogt sends that one down to the floor. It'll be a kill for Waukee Northwest on a big swing from the 6'1" freshman Logan Vogt, and a set win for Waukee Northwest. 25-14. We will head to set number 4. It's a must-win set for Cedar Falls. It's an advancing possible set for Waukee Northwest, or we will go to 5. We'll find out when we come back to Coralville, the Extreme Arena, the IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We'll be right back.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Well, it's being the right place at the right time. And you know, this is true in history with a lot of things.
Agriculture, where it's a moving dynamics out there, you have to have somebody that drives out to their farm and still worries about whether it's rained or what the grain price is, or climb up in the grain bin and make sure that everything's working like it's supposed to.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. My name is Zarin Egestal, joined by Molly Geis. The IGHSAU State Volleyball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. Our digital network powered by Mid-American Energy Company, and it has been a good one so far. It's been back and forth at times, but the sets that Waukee Northwest has won, they've just really gotten ahead and never looked back.
Yeah, and a lot of that has to do with how well they pass and if they can use all of their weapons in an attack. And that's where I think Cedar Falls is struggling a little bit to have other options. You know, Pop is doing a great job, but had almost 50 attempts because she gets the ball so much. And so I think if they can lean on some others or maybe improve their pass just a little bit, you know, get some ace serves, that would bring them back into this match. But for Cedar Falls, Pop has 10 kills, Hammond has 6, and then the next ones have 3. And for Waukee Northwest, they're at 9 for Logan Vogt. They've got 3 with 7 kills, you know, and then another one with 6. So, and they don't have quite as many errors as Cedar Falls does.
Celebrating 60 years, Sukup Manufacturing offers decades of quality products from a family-owned business, a winning combination, providing innovative and reliable grain storage and grain handling products. Visit SUKUP.com. Again, that's SUKUP.com. Sukup Manufacturing, celebrating 60 years. And we are heading into set number 4. Cedar Falls, a must-win set for the Tigers, and it will be the libero, Wedgbury, who will lead things off serving.
After Cedar Falls lost that first set, they came back solid in the second set, so we'll see how they regroup.
Big kill there for Northwest. Logan Vogt finds the first one. As you mentioned earlier, we talked about Pop 50 attempts. They've only had 99 attempts as a team, so about 100 attempts. Half of the attempts so far have gone to Pop.
Correct, and that's about what it's been like for the season for her too, though.
Hannum with that one, though, for Cedar Falls. Pop with an attack. Taken by Jones. Logan Vogt. Pelds. There's a block there by Northwest. Here comes Pop again. Another block. And nobody wants to let this point go down. This is good volleyball. Here comes Northwest, and this time it'll go out. A couple of big blocks there on that far side for Waukee Northwest of Pop.
Yeah, you can see the Vogt sisters. They know that most likely the ball, well, right now the ball's going in front of the setter because they hadn't been running a slide, and most likely going to Pop. So they're just kind of set up there and playing smart, but makes it tough for Cedar Falls to get the ball down.
Hannum with the attack that time. There's Logan Vogt. Pop had to kind of go back to get that one. And it'll be Cameron Vogt with the attack and kill for Waukee Northwest. And it's all Wolves to start off set number 4. It's 3-0 Waukee Northwest. Comes Cedar Falls. Pop. Oh, great job in the back row by Jones. Pelds gives it an attack, and it's down. All set up by the great defensive play by Jones in the back row.
That's where that playing libero earlier in the season really helped her out. That was her main focus.
Makes her a dual threat for Waukee Northwest. And she's good at serving as well. Almost got that one in there. Played well by Cedar Falls. Pop sends it over. Jones plays it in the back row. Cameron Vogt trying to lay it over. Anna Pelds. Here comes Cedar Falls. Hannum in the middle. A couple of attacks at it. Sandveld. Pop. Down. Big side out. First point of the set for Cedar Falls. It's 4-1. Beneke will serve for Cedar Falls. The team's setter, just a sophomore. Logan Vogt trying to lay that one over. Instead, it's blocked by Cedar Falls. Pelds taken by Wedgbury. Wedgbury will bump set it to Pop. She'll send it over. Northwest gets an attack, though, from Vogt. And we'll have a double on Northwest first. The point will go to Cedar Falls, and this is what Cedar Falls needs to do to kind of scrap their way back in. What a swing.
Yeah, Pelds is so strong. She's fun to watch hit. She's aggressive.
6-foot senior. Finds that one there. Pleasant Valley takes a 2-1 lead now over Johnston in the 4-5 matchup over on the other court. Pleasant Valley the 4 seed, Johnston the 5 seed. That one sent over and in by Cedar Falls. Makes it 5-3. Saw the 2 seed Ankeny Centennial advance earlier and the 1 seed Dowling Catholic. So the winner of this gets the 2 seed. Pleasant Valley Johnston winner gets Dowling. Oh, Hannum. What a great play there by the junior for Cedar Falls. Been playing since she was a freshman. Comes from great athletic genes. We've got Ryan Hannum. Go back on that St. Ansgar kick from earlier. Played at St. Ansgar, then on to Northern Iowa. Played tight end for the Seahawks and Cowboys. And great line there.
St. Ansgar was in my high school conference.
Okay.
That's where he played?
Yep. His Saints are into the quarterfinals of the state football playoffs as well.
And volleyball.
And volleyball. into the state quarterfinals,
Yeah.
We talked about that with that combination of Tyler Johnson, the head coach there, brothers of Matt Johnson, who's the head coach here at Cedar Falls. Just sports in Iowa, it seems like everybody just has a connection everywhere.
I love that.
You mentioned the other brother, John, is the head coach at Fort Dodge at St. Edmunds. 3 brothers coaching Iowa high school volleyball. Very cool to see. Hannum finds another kill for Cedar Falls there. Makes it 6-6. You see Wedgbury back to serve. And Coach Johnson wanted a timeout quickly before. And Coach Johnson, his server there, Wedgbury, she saw it. Nobody else did it first, and so she wasn't going to go serve, but timeout on the floor. 6-6 our score. We'll take a break. We'll come back. This is set number 4 of our 6-3 matchup here at the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to the Extreme Arena in Coralville, and Coach Johnson got the timeout and makes a substitution as Lauren Waskow comes in now to serve. That's why Coach Johnson wanted that timeout, and his libero, Wedgbury, saw that. They get over there, and they come back with Waskow as the server. She makes a great defensive play there. Pushed over by Schmadeke. Pelds for Waukee Northwest. Oh, miscommunication by Cedar Falls as that one falls in between Pop and Beneke, and it's 7-6. That'll allow Waukee Northwest to come back to serve as now Pelds will serve herself. And that one sent long out of the arm of Kreklow. Another freshman getting an opportunity on the state floor for Cedar Falls. Kennedy Kreklow, we'll probably see her in years to come for Cedar Falls. Oh, that one's played nicely by Schmadeke.
Yeah, nicely placed.
That'll send Stroman back to serve. Jada Stroman, the junior. Anna Pelds will start things off for Waukee Northwest. Jones, and unable to play that one over is Bradfield.
Yeah, just a little timing miscommunication there.
And Hayes will go back to serve for Northwest. That one sent long. 9-8 here in set number 4. 2-1 lead for Waukee Northwest.
And back in the front row is Paige Pop, and we were talking about family connections earlier, and her father, Bryce, played for the Bills and the Packers, and her sister is on the team as well, Lauren. So that's kind of a cool connection.
Yeah,
to have an NFL dad.
A couple of NFL connections on this team for Cedar Falls.
No big deal.
The Athletic Genes running down to their daughters, who are incredible athletes themselves. There's the slide for Waukee Northwest, and get it to your star. Cameron Vogt finds one there.
Yeah, back to that slide. It's super effective for Cameron.
And as you mentioned earlier, they had gone away from that for a little while. We hadn't seen too much of the slide. They come back to it there and find a kill.
Yeah, and well, because she's also got her sister Logan, who's on the right side, and so when when Cameron goes for that slide, then Logan doesn't hit right side, and Logan's been effective. So just kind of mixing it up.
There's a kill for Waukee Northwest. And that's what you get when you have attackers all over the floor. And we've talked about Jones, who plays in the back row, and she's in the back. She can attack from there as well. And so you just have attackers everywhere for Waukee Northwest.
Yeah, they have a lot of players that can play back row, front row, and some of them that actually aren't. But it makes the competition in the gym so much better and makes every player better.
Bradfield finds the kill for Cedar Falls to make it 12-9.
Cedar Falls does a good job of seeing what's open and trying to hit it. Their middles are really good at that.
There comes Cameron Vogt once again. Put that one down. Have a great set, Cameron Vogt, 13-9.
Yeah, that's pretty effective for her.
It's one of those plays that's so hard. If you're Cedar Falls, it's almost like it's not Cedar Falls doing anything wrong. It's just a great player being great.
Those are really hard to block statistically.
We've got a whistle, and Cedar Falls was in the net. They tried to get an arm on that one. They kept it up. Good up there by Cedar Falls, but in the net is the violation, 14-9. And Jones will serve. Float serve taken by Wedgbury over to Pop, and Pop sends one down. We talked about energy earlier with Waukee Northwest. Pop brings that for Cedar Falls. She gets that kill, gets right back in the huddle, and she's firing her girls up.
She sure does. She's such a fun player to watch. She's really quick and moves well on the court and energetic too.
Logan Vogt.
That line shot has been unbelievable for her today.
She has got quite the future for Waukee Northwest. It's hard to believe that she's just a freshman, folks. Remember that name.
Yeah, such a humble kid too. They all are.
Hannum lays that one over. Hannum with a block up front for Cedar Falls. One of those girls that we've seen at the state tournament for a year as a freshman. For Cedar Falls, got great time as a freshman for the Tigers. Just like one of those names you hear for a long time, Logan Vogt. You hear her name for a long time. You heard Grace Hannum. Been given good minutes out there for Cedar Falls. Pop will serve. Talked about Pop quite a bit today. She has been the engine of this Cedar Falls offense thus far. Oh, great dig. Wedgbury kept that one up. Comes back the other way, and Hayes says, I'll take that point. Slam it down.
Credit those Waukee Northwest passers. Like, they're getting great passes to the setters and set that up.
A couple of IMT substitutions. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. Beneke. Northwest will play it. Hayes calls it out, and she plays it over. Schmadeke back to Hayes, and this one not quite enough to get that one over into the net. We saw that communication there for Hayes a moment ago when that ball was coming down. She's kind of like, hey, I got it. Mm-hmm. And she was able to free ball it over. We've seen a couple of collisions on the court today. I mean, communication, a big thing when it comes to volleyball.
It sure is.
That serve into the net. A couple of substitutions coming on the side of Cedar Falls now. Brought to you by our friends at IMT. A serve.
Yeah, just like I was talking about Peltz, how strong she is as a hitter. She is serving that super tough.
Our ace serves in today's match are brought to you by Kruger Seeds, your local seed dealer. Visit KrugerSeeds.com. That's KRUGER Seed.com. We'll take a break. 18-13 must-win set for Cedar Falls. They trail by 5. We'll come right back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to Coralville. Cedar Falls playing Waukee Northwest to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. The host of the IGHSAU State Volleyball Championships presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. We got a great rally to start things after the timeout, and it will be a point again for Chloe Hayes.
Big point for Waukee Northwest. As you know, the crazy yet fun part about volleyball is like you feel like Waukee Northwest is in control of this, but if Cedar Falls comes back and wins this set, then we're going to game 5. Like it's crazy how things can swing and change. But
oh no, Paige Pop, hopefully she's okay. Yep, looks like it just landed. I saw that one the whole way as the ball came down and Pop went to dive on it. She just landed on that volleyball. That one cannot feel good for her, but she's going to tough it up. She shakes it off and she's right back up. She played it defensively. It's going to be a violation here on Cedar Falls. And Pop, we talked about all the multi-sport athletes inside of Waukee Northwest. Pop as well, a very good track star for Cedar Falls. Hurdler.
Not a whole lot going right for Cedar Falls after that timeout, unfortunately for them. But they're fighters, so I expect them to turn things around here.
They got you quickly, and they find a big side out there, 22-13, 22-14, excuse me, as Cedar Falls gets one back, 8-point lead. Paige Pop, multi-sport athlete. Shuttle hurdle team, also the 100-meter hurdles. Top 10 in Cedar Falls school history in both of those two events on the oval. We've got a whistle and a violation on Waukee Northwest. So the point will go to Cedar Falls, back-to-back points. We'll see a serve coming for Cedar Falls. Couple of points in a row. Trying to build a little bit of momentum. And that one sent long and out. Point for the Wolves, and now Waukee Northwest just 2 points away. We'll see a serve coming. Hayes taken by Wedgbury. In the middle. Oh, that one got the line. Just laid over there and in.
Yeah, like I said, Cedar Falls' middles, they're really smart players. They see what's open, and
Cedar Falls have taken 4 of the last 5 points to make it 23-17 in a must-win set. Now that lead has kind of made it more manageable here for Cedar Falls. Trailing by 6, but again, Waukee Northwest just needs 2 points to advance to the semifinals.
Good cover.
Beneke. Far side set to Pop. She's blocked. Back to Pop again. Pop has had over 50 attempts today. Beneke in the middle. And that's down. Schmadeke.
They see that. I mean, and that's typically a spot that's open for middles, is the deep corners. And they're doing a good job of finding the holes.
23-18. Here comes Jones. Taken by Cedar Falls. Need every point they can get. Pop sends it long, and it's set and match point. Now for Waukee Northwest, 24-18. Couple of IMT substitutions. Be worry-free with IMT at IMTINS.com. And back to serve, match, and set point is Lockyer. She started things off for Waukee Northwest. Now she's trying to end it. Cedar Falls, though, not going to go down without a fight. Schmadeke sends that one over. Anna Peltz, back to Logan Vogt. Point for Cedar Falls. It's 4 against Waukee Northwest. And still 24-19, still set and match point, but it'll be Wedgbury who will serve now for Cedar Falls. Does a great job to get it in the court. Logan Vogt sends that one over. Here comes Pop. Over pass to Hannum. And it's down. Back-to-back points for Cedar Falls in a must-win. Set number 4, 24-20. Still need 4 straight points.
Cedar Falls is playing so composed. It's neat to see how they can play like that in such pressure situations here.
The slide for Cameron Vogt. It's blocked. They tried to go to what has worked for them. Instead, it's going to be 3 straight points for Cedar Falls and a timeout for Waukee Northwest. Tigers have momentum. Can they make a comeback? 24-21. We'll take a break. We'll come back to the Extreme Arena in Coralville right after this.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Back here to the Extreme Arena in Coralville. It's 24-21 set match point for Waukee Northwest. And Wedgbury will serve. Jones. They will set to Logan Vogt, and she's blocked. 24-22. 5 straight points for Cedar Falls. And it's 24-22. They're excited, but you still got to have composure, right? Because you still need 2 more.
Exactly. And everything you do, you can't make an error, but you got to be aggressive enough to score a point, too.
Wedgbury will serve. They will set. Taken by Cedar Falls. Hannum. Set up to Jones. Overpass back to Jones, and it's down. And that'll do it. Waukee Northwest. It's Jones, who you mentioned earlier in the year, had battled through some injury, and she sends her team to the state semifinals. Chloe Jones, the senior, has advanced her team with the final point, 25-22. Waukee Northwest defeats Cedar Falls in the 6-3 matchup and has a date with Ankeny Centennial on Wednesday. 4-set win for Waukee Northwest. Cedar Falls, a great season, will close at 34-7, all 7 of their losses to state tournament teams. And we'll go downstairs for today's award ceremony.
Fans, please direct your attention to the court for the awards presentation. In addition to receiving their team trophy, each participating player will receive a medallion and commemorative volleyball provided by the Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Presenting awards from the IGHSAU are Gary Ross and Ben Van Wyk. Congratulations to head coach Matthew Johnson and the Tigers from Cedar Falls on an outstanding 2023 volleyball season. And now, Abby Keene for Waukee Northwest will advance her team on the bracket to the semifinal round. Wolves fans, your team advances to the semifinals and will play Ankeny Centennial on Wednesday, November 1st at 10:25 a.m. on court number 2. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming this afternoon.
Back upstairs, Zereniga Stahl, Molly Geis, and Molly Waukee Northwest just a little bit too much.
Yeah, I mean, we keep saying it, but they're just so well balanced, and credit to Cedar Falls. They played good defense against them. It's a tough thing to do because they are hitting it from every position. And so it was a great match and a great season by Cedar Falls, but Waukee Northwest is going to be a tough one to beat if they can all be on like they were. And, you know, they fought through a tiny little bit of a, I don't know if you want to call it a slowdown, but, you know, made some more errors in that set that they lost, but came back and played aggressive, and they're going to be a tough one it's going to be a great match against St. Kenny Centennial.
25-12 in favor of Waukee Northwest in the first set. Cedar Falls 25-22, and then it was Waukee Northwest 25-14, 25-22. The winner here in 4 sets. They will play in the semifinals against St. Kenny Centennial. Well, thanks everybody for joining us this afternoon. Thanks to our entire crew here in Coralville. Devin was our director. Luke was over on camera. Molly, it was great working with you. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Aaron.
She's Molly Geis. I'm Zaron Egestal saying goodbye, and we'll see you later from the Extreme Arena in Coralville.